Hi viewers, welcome to another favorite episode of your favorite talk show on Serenity TV. So here today we are discussing a very interesting topic. As you all know, we always bring you the best topics that is related to our everyday life, things that we go through. So we get to talk, we get to interact. So today here with me in the studios are
Mrs. Onyechi Nanakalo.
you're welcome, ma'am.
Thank you.
Mrs. Ijoma Okeberam.
You're welcome, ma'am.
I am privileged so thrilled to be here.
You all are welcome to the studio. So today we actually have a very interesting topic. The topic that touches our everyday life and is something that a lot of couples out there are battling with on a daily basis. So today we'll be discussing striking the balance between your career and raising kids. So today we really want to talk about, because I've come to notice that a lot of especially ladies are actually dealing with this particular issue, trying to balance raising the kids and your career. Even as a businesswoman, as a career woman, sometimes it gets very overwhelming. So today we want to really talk about it. How do you, both of the mommies in the house, how do you strike the balance between your career and raising the kids?
Thank you very much for the opportunity to speak.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Yes. Earlier, maybe the generations before ours, women were solely known as housewives. They are always at home to make babies. The men goes out there to work, especially the farm work or any other work they have. Even during our colonial masters, we know it's always men that go out to work. Now, as things are unfolding, generations coming after, especially coming down to this economy, the men cannot carry it alone. And it's now good that women go to work. That is where women with career comes in now to manage the home and also manage their work out there in the office or the business sector. It's not really easy. Oh, I have an instance. I was discussing with someone the other day. She said she went out to work with her husband and they came home the same time. The man was sitting relaxing in the sitting room. Wifey, are you done with the cooking? Wifey, are the children good? Have they taken their baths? Have they been fed? This is the same man she went out to work with and came back home at the same time. Now, in our African culture, tradition, the woman, they always say that the woman's education ends in the kitchen, but no more. So that is exactly where this topic came from. Now, managing that career. First, I see it as determination.
Okay.
Once you are determined as a woman, this is what I want, you will get it.
Okay.
The next one is time management.
All right.
When you manage your time well, you will achieve all your goals. Like, for instance, I do business and also manage my home. I try every day to plan myself. Most times when it's possible, I jot it down, or on my phone, I do my activities for the day, where I'm starting, how I am going, my movement, the things to do, or especially the things to buy in the market, what we need at home. If I do those things, most times when I ask my husband for money and he doesn't have it, because of the plan I have for myself, the time management, because I do business,
Yeah.
I will take money. I will buy those things. I like buying in stock. I like stocking in quantity.
Yes.
I like buying. So because I know I may not have time to be in the market every day. So when I stock like that, it helps me. I have almost everything at home. So when I look at my time, I'm coming back, coming out from the business. I just have to enter my market or maybe the shop, the supermarket, take 1, 2, 3 things. But most times because I may not be meeting up, I am somewhere, I can call my husband and say, please help me get this, that. He shops those things for me. And that brings me to the type of spouse you have.
Okay.
that spouse is the person that will help you really to achieve that your time management. Yes, most times my husband goes for school runs. When I appear in the school, they don't know their mother. Okay, oh, she's in the country with them, or we didn't know. So, he helps me
Okay.
because I am managing the home and also out there my business.
Okay.
See,
Thank you very much, ma'am. Okay, let's hear from our other guests here. So, how do you, as a working woman, manage the family and your career? How do you go about it?
Okay, thank you. Thank you so much for the opportunity so far.
You're welcome, ma'am.
Most of the things the first speaker has spoken or gone through them. Let me go straight. The most important aspect for you to aim or achieve your goal in balancing these two mainly is the kind of husband you have at home. When there is that understanding, agreement, you people can always be there. For instance, like what she's saying, I'm a civil servant. At times, there are some work we do in the office. Maybe if I'm not there, I can always say, Daddy, see you, play along. And he will understand. But when there is that no understanding, it cannot be balanced.
Sure.
So if I call him, he do that. And you see, just like that, the whole thing will be moving.
Okay.
And also the help of God.
Okay.
Because
That's
it's not
important.
easy.
Yeah.
Juggling all these things is not easy. Comparing our economy and everything now, you understand. So that's just how we
Thank you very much,
do
ma'am.
it.
Okay, ma, I would like to ask a question, right? I don't know, ma, how do you manage, let's say, the morning routine? How is it like? Do you, daddy, you bathe the children in the morning, I will prepare breakfast, and how do you run your life? How do you do it? I don't know.
Do you share it
Yeah,
with your
do you
spouse?
share it with your spouse, or you're
You
okay?
just solely
In the
you.
morning, I think I will do this one, and then in the afternoon, how do you manage it? Because I think that's a very big challenge among couples. You
Yeah.
understand? So how do you do it? Because most of our viewers are, passing through this, so they would like to get more insight from how you do this. So thank you, ma'am.
you're welcome. All marriages are not the same.
Yes.
All marriages are different. The way it works for me cannot be the way it will work for you. For me, my marriage is made in heaven.
That's
Yes,
beautiful.
yes. If I cannot say perfect, it is near perfect. Yes, we work together. We barely say this is how we're going to do it. For instance, he is not around. I take care of everything. And if he is around, we work together in the sense that if I wake up in the morning, I will start. He joins me. He starts from where he's saying the loopholes. Now, at times I may be weak, I may be tired. He will wake up. My husband cooks. Yes, he can prepare breakfast for his children. He has time for them. Now, when I come up, I will now continue from where I am seeing there are spaces. You see, most times, oh, okay, when he's not around, I now say like I'm having a better time because the truth is that you must share that time to give to your husband after the house chores or taking care of the children. But when he's not around, I know I have more time for myself, maybe to rest or to be with the children. But from the question you asked me, we work together. When we want to plan, we say, okay, if you're going for school runs, maybe I'll be at home and finish up. Or at times when we work together, we'll go out together from school runs and I start going to my business place. He now goes to his own office. Yeah.
Mommy, I would like to ask this question. Sorry. For how long have you been juggling parenthood and managing the business? For how long have you been doing this?
This is my 21 years in
Wow.
Wow, that's beautiful.
marriage. So it's really been a long time.
Okay, Mama, do you encounter problems? Do you have teenagers at home?
Yeah.
Okay, do you encounter problems with them and with them? See, I know this. You're a teenager right now. You know, teenagers have this way of trying to be over. They know it all.
Yeah.
So, ma, how do you manage them at home? How do you bend their head? That's an African
Well,
way of putting it.
Yeah,
yeah.
it depends on how you start with them.
Okay.
For instance, I had a very strict father. I had because he's late now. So some of those attitude I learned from my father. I don't believe in maybe a child coming. For instance, I tell you, look at do this, and you come to tell me that this is how you want to do it. I don't believe it. That's why I said it depends on how this teenage of a thing or that. In fact,
It depends. Everything comes from foundation.
exactly, exactly. For instance, there was a day, one last week Sunday, I told my daughter of 13 years because the on Saturday, every Saturday, I prepare my my at home. My my. So we eat my Sunday rice. Sunday morning we drink tea to church. So that Sunday morning she wanted tea, but we had the our remaining mommy. I told her, go go, you will take mommy. She said, no, mommy, but I want tea. I said, you will eat that mommy. You know. So she went to the kitchen and brought out her teacup. So when I saw that, I said, why did you do that? What did I tell you in the first place? I said, Mom, you said I should eat, Mom. Then why did you bring out the teacup? You know, I put her in her right place. And some things like that will make you can I don't believe in argue or no, 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 I don't believe that. So that's how, but it doesn't mean you wouldn't have time maybe to talk to them to maybe make them understand things or something like that. But the area of you telling me what I know too well that is right. Telling me because you saw yourself in the Gen Z generation that is supposed to be like this, I will not take it. And they know. They know.
Okay, that's beautiful.
Sorry, can I say something
Okay,
before
go
you
ahead.
go?
Go
Those were
ahead.
memory.
I call them explanation generation.
Exactly.
That's what I call them. If you see my daughter, she's bigger than I am. Yes,
Honestly.
my first daughter. If you see her, she is taller than I am. She's now going. In fact, my husband is a giant. She's going to my husband. So each time I now see her as my friend. I come to sit her down and talk with her. If she's walking on the way with my husband, you think he's my husband's babe or whatever.
Yeah.
Thank you. So, most times she will say, oh, mommy, this. I said, please, this is how it's supposed to be. Looking at the economy, please, let's try to manage the stuff we have. Do you know to the extent that even the younger ones, when you flog them, correct them, we bring them, sit them down, and explain why they are flogged.
Yeah, that's beautiful.
And my children, we've given them that moral that they now have the mind to come and ask, Daddy, why did you flog me? Mommy, why did you flog me? Or my son, the last one, that one is my, whenever my husband is not away, I say that's my boyfriend or like
Yes.
my baby is always around me. He will say, Mommy, why did you do this? And you explain. And I also see it as if you don't explain anything they ask you, like my second daughter, she asks a lot of questions. The other day she was asking me how babies come out, where babies come out from. I have to really explain because she's a girl. If you don't explain it to them, you will hear that their peers out there has explained to them and will give them wrong. That's why I call them explanation generation. You must explain. Okay, go on.
All right, ma. So, still on the topic, how to strike a balance between career and raising kids. Now, there's this, let me say, for a career woman, a woman who works in a sector, you don't own the business, you work under a particular company. Sometimes you go to work
Yeah.
and there's a particular time frame. Maybe you go to work around 7, you're coming back around 6. Now, as a career woman, let's take this of involving your children, because a lot of parents go out there when they are back from work, there is this, okay, let me make it easier. There is this um situation whereby you go to work. This, and when you're at work, they'll tell you if you don't bring family to work. When you're
Yeah.
at work, focus solely on work. And now, because of this digital age that we are, you can actually do your work from home, right?
Yes.
So now, as a family whereby you are an office worker, you go back home and something comes up and they ask you, okay, run an email, send something, and you are busy working at home. So how do you now strike a balance? Because if you take work home, you certainly will not have time to balance your kids, to guys bond with your kids. So how do you manage yourself as a civil servant here? How do you manage yourself in that aspect of bringing work home? And actually, maybe your kids will come, mommy, I need to show you this, and you're actually sending an email, be like, wait, hold on, let me finish doing this. Now you're neglecting them in that aspect. How do you balance your work and taking care of you, spending time with your kids in that particular moment?
Okay, it's like you know me before. You've known me
Okay.
before now because this question, I've already gone through it
Okay.
before now. You know, when I found myself into such a situation, like for example, when I worked under exams and records, we do graduate students. So that time, the department I was handling was much. In fact, as a matter of fact, I was the first female to handle that particular English department because they have population. So when I got myself there, you can't allow this one to suffer and allow
Yeah.
you must make out
Balance it.
thank you, you must make out time, pave out time to strike the both of them. So during that period of trying to graduate some students, I was taking work home. Let me come to your question. Say what I was doing then was, as soon as I get home, I'll first of all attend to my family. Ah,
Okay.
daddy, what do you want to eat? I
Okay.
rush to the kitchen, the children, I do everything. I make sure they've taken their beds. I make sure, in fact, I've settled them. Then after that, I'll just quietly go to, let's call it my work room. They already, like I said, they know me. When I come for play, you play with me. When I'm serious, leave me alone. Unless there is another thing. But if I've given you food, you've taken your bait, I am not owing you. Thank God I know that you know none of you is a baby again. So pack yourself one side. So in that case, I face my work. Even my husband understands that. I will work until maybe I'm done with the works I took home. So that's how I was balancing them until that period passed.
Okay, that's beautiful. Okay, let's go on a short break. We'll be back to continue this program. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you. All right, guys, welcome back. It has been an interesting topic in the studio here. So, moving on, let's talk about communication, effective communication. Because when we talk about striking a balance, a lot of things happen in between striking this balance between career and raising kids.
Yes.
And there is need for effective communication. Because not just communication. Sometimes we are talking, but we aren't
Not
talking.
communicating.
Do you understand?
Yes.
You might be talking, but you're not making sense.
Yes.
And we don't talk at, we talk to
True.
one another.
Yes.
So now let's talk about communication between spouses. Because in the family, a lot of couples don't have this communication. If as a woman you
Okay.
find out that maybe your workload is increasing, I think it is right to communicate with your spouse.
Yes.
Because like I made mention, most men don't know they have to if you don't tell them.
Yeah, that's the training and the
And we
background.
women, we have this, you suppose know. You say, "Ma, why won't he know?" He can't know.
No,
Maybe
all.
that is not how he was brought up from his own background.
Background, of course.
And this marriage of a thing is coming together of two different
And
individuals from two
individuals.
different backgrounds. So you don't expect him to know. So we
know.
have that is where effective communication comes
Comes
in.
in.
Let me say you've checked your work schedule. You've checked it and you've seen that okay, I actually have to leave the house by 7 a.m. in the morning. My husband is going out to school. How good. I have to for instance, you have kids. Maybe you have a new baby. There's a new mom, a nursing mom. You have to bathe the baby. You have to breastfeed the baby. You have to make breakfast. You have to clean the house. You have to clean the toilet. Like the workload is there, but you don't know how to go about it. What you do? Call your spouse.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, honey, sweetheart, whatever it is. Please, I have to do this. And you know I have to take care of this and I have to do this work. How do we work this thing out? Because if you don't communicate, you might say he will not do.
No.
But if you don't communicate, how would you know he will not do?
Not do. Okay.
You have to communicate.
Have you spoken?
Have you spoken to him? You communicate together and let him know that okay, this is where I will need your assistance.
Okay.
If you're going to help me in the kitchen, help me out while I bathe the kids. And that is where it actually comes to play that guys should actually be more proactive in kitchen areas. It is not just meant for women.
Sorry, do you know that some men take this as an insult?
Yes,
They
especially
think
in
you
our
are
Igbo
offending
culture.
me.
Especially in our
Yeah.
Igbo culture.
African culture.
Cooking is actually survival skill.
Thank you. It's for
Seriously.
everybody. Thank God for my mom. She trained everybody, all our boys, all our girls. We all
Yes.
cook and cook, we bake.
Even as
We all
young
bake,
moms,
yes.
even as young moms come,
Yes.
it's something that we
Very
should
well.
say that okay, for my own case, I'm not going to tell my kids that okay, even my little boy now will tell you.
Okay.
So okay, there was a time it happened my husband would be like, he's a man now. I said there's no man.
No. Everybody is equal.
Do you understand?
Everybody.
He's a man. Go out in the kitchen. I call my daughter. I have three kids. I call my daughter and I call the little one, the little girl. The last one is a girl. So I call her and I call myself, all of you to the kitchen.
Yeah, of course.
So I was like, what is in the kitchen? I say he's a man.
He's a man.
And he has to learn how to cook. I won't give birth to liability in my house.
No.
Or all you want to tell me is you are looking for someone's daughter that you suffer tomorrow.
Of course, that's exactly what I was going to do. Because if you don't tell him, you will not know that I need to help my wife
Yes.
in the
Tomorrow
kitchen.
you tell her that why would you do that in my own house? My sister that the one doing cooking. You won't
Okay.
suffer my own daughters for me.
No.
Do you understand?
Of course, yeah.
So you teach the children how to do those
Do
things.
those things.
He can buy himself his pen. He can buy himself prepare rice.
Yes.
That's good.
And if he wants to mop the house, when you come to you, be asking yourself, who did this? Do you understand? I kind of tell him to like, I even like mock my first daughter about him. Like, you are here, look at this one. He can do everything. Even without asking.
Sorry, who is elder, the boy or the girl?
The girl is elder.
Oh, and she's sick. The younger boy does all
That
this.
doesn't go to when he's in the mood, he wake up in the morning, he will wash the house, he will clean the toilets, he will do everything. And he comes to us and close your eyes, I have a surprise.
Oh my God.
Do you understand?
That's
I hope you give him gifts.
I'm like, seriously.
Don't have a last baby. Come and say, close your eyes.
Close your eyes, I have a surprise for you.
Wow. Ta-da. You see that?
I'm like, when you died, I say you did perfectly well.
We praise them.
Do you understand?
If you have gifts, give to them.
Exactly.
Now,
Yeah.
if you
To encourage them.
Yeah,
don't
they'll do better next
teach them
time.
from young age,
Okay.
they end up going tomorrow and become liabilities to their wives.
No.
Do you understand?
It's just it.
It is not just we women alone. Even women today, because like Mrs. Onyechi has said, in the olden days, women are meant to sit at home because of the economy of those days.
Those days.
You understand? When you go to the farm, you get abundant food from the farm. Like things were not as hard as it was then. So now, even you as a woman, if you sit at home and decide to do nothing, the man will come and think, what are you even doing?
Especially after having babies. So
You
show you
ask,
that
what do you bring to the table? What do you bring? That's the popular question. Yes, what do you bring to the table?
Yeah, thank you. The boys of these days, they have learned to go for assets and not liabilities.
Yes.
Most of them are looking for, yes, those so-called career women.
Yes.
Please, I want it. Somebody openly said, I am marrying this lady today because I have checked. She has a job. She is anywhere. In case I have problem in my business, my wife will support me. Simple. Imagine that.
Nobody wants to marry
A liability. Yeah. You
Even as
know?
a woman, if you find yourself a liability to a man, you will not be happy.
No.
Because you can't wake up every morning, you cross your leg and you sit at home and expect a man to go out there and at the end of the day be happy.
Okay, but I'm sorry, let me bust a bubble. So, in this town, presently, a lot of women are still redundant, relaxing at home. to crown it or to worsen it. I don't know what the man does. He is married to this lady. The parents' house, that's where they're living, they are collecting the rent from the house his father built. Two of them in the morning will come out, you see them carrying plates to a nearby buka.
That is how they plan their own life. That is how they plan it.
You see?
But if you want to have a successful family life,
I don't know what they're teaching their children.
and that
I
is
don't
the kind
know.
of sorry to say, but that is the kind of let me say a female or a male that you meet where you're dating and is telling you, I don't know how to cook. I beg, let's go to Yabisi shop there and buy rice.
Yeah,
No. Okay, I have a friend that wrote on his WhatsApp update. When you are dating and one partner every time thinks about soft life, everything easy life, that is when it's time to build, you will bleed alone to build.
That
You see
is
that?
that is the truth. That is the truth. As absurd as it may sound, but that is the truth.
Yes, true.
Because if you are dating someone and the person is actually not contributing anything positive to your life, there's a problem.
Yes, of course.
Serious
Everybody
one.
needs to bring something to the table. And let me tell you something, sorry. It also earns respect, especially for a woman.
Yes,
When you are earning your money,
there's a respect.
most times when they talk about domestic violence, I say, let me tell you just the two major things. One, that woman is dependable. Sorry, she is dependent to the man,
Yes.
100%. And also, she doesn't have somebody that will speak to her. These are the two things. The man is looking at it as you are a liability to me. None of your people, nobody is helping. I am carrying the whole load alone. So at the end of the day, he wants to bounce on that lady. You
Yes,
see?
and that is why we are encouraging ladies
Thank
to
you.
get something doing.
Doing.
It's very,
I
very
do that.
important.
I
To
tell
get
them a lot.
something doing.
I want to encourage those ladies when I see them hustling, working. I want to encourage
Because
them.
it is really a beautiful thing.
Yeah, it
If
is.
you are a working
Yes.
lady, be it a working class lady, a businesswoman, it brings this satisfaction
Yes.
at the end of the day.
Of
To be able to
course.
count your own money, have
Thank
your own
you,
money,
and be comfortable.
solve your own problems.
Problems.
And there's something I noticed that men find really annoying when they are not at home. You pick up your phone and let's you say, sweetheart, gas has finished. Please, can you send me money
shit.
for gas? They find it very, very annoying. Because no, at the end of the day,
No.
do you understand? At the end of the day, be like, wait, even ordinary gas, can't you bring money for this?
Oh,
What if I'm not available?
Exactly.
There is something I do.
Do you
When
understand?
I see those things that they are not available at home, I'll go produce them, do everything. End of the day, when my husband is home after eating, relax, I'll tell him, this is what I did.
This is my
Okay, I know.
expenditure.
Give me your bill. I don't mind. Though. Even if I have spent 20 naira, I can tell you 15 naira. You are giving me that 15 naira. That is part of my business.
And that's what we have actually solved the problem.
Of course, and he does that a lot. Thank you. You don't know
And
the
even when he
Thank
comes
you.
back, he'll be like, thank God, oh, my wife, you did this one, you did this one. Even if he knows he's going to pay that money back, he'll still be happy.
Thank
Paying the money back.
you.
Because he knows that you did not actually disturb his
No,
or
no,
disturb
no,
him
no.
or put that, okay, there's no money, there's no salt in the house.
No.
But
Can you
there,
send me money?
but there are still some, when you start it, they will not leave
That
everything.
is
for
this
you.
where you come to the type of spouse you have.
That's another
Learn him, know him.
that's why you see
Second
some.
time.
That's why you see some women. They will have it, and they won't even. Like I have a colleague. When we are buying something in the office, like meat, something, she will say, maybe we should continue.
Mhm.
I am not, because I know that any day I start this now, my husband will leave it for me.
Oh my God.
So she knows the kind of person she's married.
That is
So-
where, like when I see, yes, that is where intelligence comes to play. Because let me say, I for one now, there's some especially things that has to do with big money. What I do then, when he comes back at night, I'll be like, okay, this certain thing, this particular thing is actually not something. So the thing is just, I just did small. I've done it, so I've solved that problem out,
Wow.
but I just did small, and that one is actually going to last of just today and tomorrow. So we need to, and I don't have much money on me. Definitely, it's going to give it back to me.
Yes.
Do you understand?
Yes, it
But if I
depends.
make you understand the fact that I can fully take care of that responsibility, that is where there's a problem.
That's it.
Because men are actually, we're not saying that okay, we are a helping hand to man.
Yeah.
We are there to relieve some certain burdens from them, not to bear them by our
Holy.
So now let's not drift far away from the
Yes,
topic.
I have a question.
Okay.
Okay.
I have a question. And we're talking about balancing life.
Yes, striking a balance. Yeah.
Okay, but then in families, there's some families that believe in this 50-50,
contributions.
Yes, yes, yes.
Okay.
So I don't know. That's also an issue
Okay.
in this generation. But how do they manage it? This 50-50, I will do this one and then
You take
you do
this
this one.
part.
Yes. I will ask you,
Okay.
how do you manage it? Remember you say something like I will do half and then when you come back you do the remaining of this.
Okay.
But these things are they actually should couples talk about it too? You understand?
Very
Yes.
important.
In case, yeah, that's part of the
Very important.
communication. We
It's
need to
very
know.
important, yes.
Don't assume. Let's know how we are going about this.
Okay.
I don't know.
Yes,
Okay.
sorry. I have a friend who told me that, okay, he told his wife she's working. Like, not like she's working, she has a business. The
Okay.
other set up a business for her
For
to,
her.
like, to take care of some certain needs.
Mhm.
And he was like, the only thing I know I'll contribute to, you see the school fees of the kids. You see when it comes to paying the rent and providing food in the house. That is absolutely my duty.
What of clothing?
Eh?
What of clothing?
He said the reason I open a shop for my wife so that she those little things she can sort it by themselves.
Okay.
By herself. Do you understand? I don't want her to come and tell me, okay, I have to go and buy shoe for June. There's no money.
No money. Okay.
Those things that, but he knows that as a man that is so responsible to make sure he provides for his family and food, certainly there will be food.
Okay.
When it comes to paying bills, they don't have to pay him and tell, okay, call you and tell him that, okay, this bill is due. You have to pay. He knows that those are his sole responsibilities. But the little ones that the wife can actually take care of, that was the main reason he opened that place for her.
Okay.
If she makes any expenses that is way more than what she's supposed to do, then she has to get back to him and let him know.
Mhm.
That is careful planning.
Yes.
He doesn't want unnecessary troubles of telling me, okay, there's no money for this, there's no money for that. Okay, I've actually created an avenue for you. Whereby those little things, when I'm not at home, you can sort them out yourself. At the end of the month, I just give you 500,000. Go to the market and stock the house. I give you 1 million and go to the market and stock.
Stop there.
That is my own part of the bargain. Do you understand? If they don't plan it very well, there's going to be a problem.
The man is supportive. I
Do you
like that.
understand?
Still that understanding.
That is understanding and communication. They both communicated and said, okay, this is how it's going to be done. I will take care of the fees, I'll take care of the feeding, and I'll take care of the rent, paying of bills and everything.
Yes.
But when it comes to certain things like clothing and those things you get for the kids and yourself, please take care of them.
And to come to your question, you asked her if it's supposed to be 50-50, right? It's not.
It's not.
It's not supposed to be.
And it depends on who earns more. You understand? Yes, the man is the head of the family. Okay, some women earn more than them. So, like in the Igbo, Ojego Lena na Ujo Parabuna. Do you understand
Yes, we have money, just do it.
So, if there is love, there understanding, unity, it doesn't make who is earning more that the man should always get the higher share. No. If you, the woman, is earning more, you can do more without anybody knowing. You don't need to come and tell the whole world, I am the person that is doing this for my husband. No, you're also exposing yourself. Tomorrow, other people use it and insult you and your husband, and you'll not be happy about it. So, striking this balance is also you do as you have. All fingers are not equal. Some women, when they get married, their parents, people have given them house to stay with the husband, giving them cars to stay with the husband. Now, you balance everything. If your husband, the man might even be working under the lady's father's company. Still, you don't have to say it. You also be like the woman, and he also be the man he is. And nobody is a slave, but we are partners. We are spouses, nobody is a slave. You don't enslave me, I will not enslave you. Even talking about this domestic violence is not only from men to women, it's also coming from women not to men. You see that?
Mentally and
emotionally. Somebody was telling me a story the other day. The wife now behaves like she is a prostitute without money that she doesn't allow him to come close to her. That until if he gives her that man, the woman not relax, say no. She better go get a coffee outside. Yes, the man will not be happy. So
because your husband has to pay for whatever he wants to do. That's very bad.
Thank you. You know, in that case, the man wouldn't want to be helping you again. As well,
and men have
Ego,
They
thank
don't
you.
want it to be hurt. So whatever, their ego is very fragile. So whatever you're doing, you have to protect it.
Thank you.
You don't do something that, because whenever you intentionally or do something that hurts a man ego, that is the end of it.
Especially when he doesn't have money.
When he doesn't have money,
Especially.
they are very proud natures. Like
Yes.
they are
Yeah.
very, very proud. So when they have,
Sure.
just know how to pamper their ego.
Thank
When they don't
you.
do it,
Aye. They want to
know
be
how
pampered like
pamper their
babies.
ego.
Yes.
If it's something that you can actually do something without letting him know.
Yeah,
I
that's
say that when you know
surprised.
your spouse is someone that he does a lot when he has.
Yeah,
If he does
exactly.
it, you don't actually have to rub it on his face.
No.
But I'm the one.
When you know him, but I'm sorry, some of them, the way they started, if the women do, they will not, like it, even if they don't have it.
Yes.
And some of them will also like it and appreciate it. So you better
Yes.
learn your spouse.
That is why I said there's some things you have to do without letting him know when you know the kind of spouse you have.
You
Yes.
thank
You
you.
understand? If you know that, okay, I actually paid for the rent, so and if he knows it's going to hurt him, you don't tell him.
Thank you. You don't do that at all
Don't tell him.
because he will also know.
Because you'll be like, how will I be living under the roof that my wife paid for?
Some men are like that. Yes.
You understand? They don't want you to do something that will hurt their ego.
No.
So whatever you're doing as a woman, just learn the kind of spouse you have and know how to communicate and follow them up. Okay, moving on. Let's talk about practicing self-care. This
Yeah.
is very, very important. Women.
Okay.
Let's move down to nursing mothers also. A first-time mom. You know, when a woman gives birth, there's a lot of changes.
Yeah.
Once after the first birth, there's a lot of changes. Now, if you're not taking good care of yourself, when breast milk it has this odor.
Yeah, it smells a
It
lot.
smells.
Mhm,
So
it
if
does.
you don't take care of yourself, the body odor comes up. The dirt, the baby diaper, baby milk, that's cooking and everything, the dirt and everything comes in, and the man will be like, I did not marry a dirty woman. How come? So even as you're talking about striking a balance between career and raising kids, you're talking about how to take care of yourself as a woman, a career woman, and in the family.
The family, yes.
So now, how do you take care of yourself? How do you practice self-care? As a woman, let me give an instance. You go to work, you come back home. Let's not forget that hygiene is quite important.
It is.
Hygiene is important. Even in terming your kids, some women is when you go to where they stay, oh Jesus, even the guy should be not.
Of course. Of course.
Because I've gone to visit a person, she's a new mom. When I went there, I had to close my nose when I went into the
Oh my God.
I've experienced that too.
I had to close my nose. Why is that?
Okay, no help.
When like there is no help. I can't really say it, but I don't waste time. I just had to. I don't poke my nose in things that are not my business. But I was now imagining. Some people will tell me that don't use yourself. I use myself as an example.
Of course, I do
You
that
understand?
too.
Someone will say don't use yourself. Everybody's not the same thing. But I use myself. I marry a man that this place that there's trouble. Make sure it's here when you come back. Do you understand?
Yes.
He wants the house spotless at every time. I got to know that this is what he wants. Even after childbirth, when my mom came, I said, Mom, you see that thing? She's not leave you there. I make sure to prioritize my self-care. Based on that I take care of myself. As not to have odor. Even like breast milk. When you have breast milk on you change your bra.
Or use bra pad.
So avoid that smell. And your babies learn to change them when they pick all this thing that they do out. It smells. So we are trying to let a lot of viewers out there know, especially nursing mothers,
or the young
upcoming
ladies.
mothers, young couples. As a man, please assist your wife.
Yes.
It is very, very important. It is very, very important. Striking a balance between career and raising a kid is no child's play. Especially as a career, even as a man, I'm not specifically saying about a woman, even as a man, coming back home from work every day to the house, you know that okay, you have to assist your wife with this. It is not easy. So couples have to come together, have time to talk about it, know how to go. Prioritize your time. No time to give to your family and time to spend for work. Don't bring your work into your family. that family hour. There should be family time where you spend with your wife, your kids,
Yes.
and yourself.
Family time.
Let there be bonding between wife and kids.
Very
As well as children
important.
to grow with self, with like assurance.
Mhm.
A lot of kids they have this low self-esteem.
Esteem, that
And
one
it
is
comes
very,
from the
very,
family.
very dangerous.
Do you understand?
Yes.
Mhm.
When a child does something, mommy is not there to correct. A child bullies your child at school, you are not there to know what happened.
Oh,
You don't know what happened. You don't know. The child comes home and wants to say, even if I tell the nanny will not go to school and start questioning the
At
teachers
all.
in
no,
the
no,
school.
no, they don't have
Who bullied this child?
At all.
If mommy or daddy is there, daddy, look at what I encountered in school today. Now, mommy or daddy has the right to go to school and say what
I
happened.
know why.
My
That's
child
my
did this.
child.
My child came back home and was crying. Why did this happen? So, as parents, we should actually give our children the time they require,
Yes.
our husband the time they require. Make sure we find a way to balance our careers and our family time. It is very important.
Very, very.
Even
Okay.
as a businesswoman, so women are so business oriented and you don't have time. Even when you run your own business, you don't have
Go
time.
out very early, come back very late in the night.
As early as 4 o'clock, they jump to the market.
Come to the market.
And they're coming back around 10 o'clock.
Very
in the
late.
evening.
Very nice. No
Very
time.
late.
Forgetting the fact that these are children that are growing up.
You brought them to the
their
world. You need
home.
to take good care of them.
There's this saying in Igbo that nwa mebie or one day.
One day, thank
Yeah,
you.
they more
One yeah.
Nobody's going to ask the father, why did this child get like
Over.
this, get bad like this? So I think we should actually try to balance it so it doesn't affect the kids on the long run. So let's just quickly, Mr. Onyechi here, let's quickly ask, what are your advice to the couples out there, young couples, those that are aspiring to become parents tomorrow, or presently nursing mothers? What are your advice? How do they balance their jobs and their family? So as no part of them, no side will be lacking.
Okay. My advice to everyone out there, the young mothers, the people, partners dating, and also people that have been married for some time, because nobody's perfect.
Yes.
You cannot say you've known it all. We learn every day. So my advice is one, communication, which is key. Don't always assume the man, the woman knows it all. Talk. Try to have a conversation, and your tone is really important on any communication you want to send out. You might be very right in what you want to say, but your tone is bad, or your presentation might be bad. It will make the other person misunderstand you or not getting what you are saying. Communication there. Then the second one is, if you see that your partner has a temperament, you also know how to communicate to your partner. And if the partner says, I don't like this you are doing, learn it, try to change. I know it's not really easy to change somebody, but make adjustments, try. Even if you're falling, try and remember yourself and say, oh, I am sorry, and you clean it up immediately or change from those ways. Don't always want to say no. Even if it's a man, or even if it's a woman, don't always want to say, I am strong, I am head, or you do this, or trying to enslave one and the other. If there is love there, and on the fact, most times I say forget love, love is not enough.
Yes.
You look at understanding, because okay, what do you love for? When that thing you love and came is not there again, you will fall apart. So you have to have an understanding. If you understand yourself, okay, everything will be going well. When the money is not there, when you understand yourself, with that understanding, you also try to put yourself together and manage your home. You, a nursing mother, you try. Some women are so lazy now. You need to be up and doing. Most doctors will come to the hospital and say, Madam, you've not taken your bath. From those lessons you learned in the hospital, go home and make use of it now. You will sleep at the time your child is sleeping, and when you wake up, try to clear. Okay, even if the child is sleeping, try rush, do a lot of things fast, fast, fast. Then you don't leave your house dirty now. No matter how the sleep is disturbing you, maybe the man is out there, your maternity leave at home, you need to clear that and take help. In the hospital, they give a lot of lessons. Like when you have a help, somebody renders help, you take the help. Don't feel like you are the
No, it's
mighty.
all.
You are the mighty. You don't take. No, take help. Your neighbors can come to help you. Your house help, maybe your mother, when they come, take that help. Some people feel like, no, don't touch me, don't do this, and you know you are not strong enough. So please take that help. Try also to balance the relationship with your husband. Most time when a child comes into the home, the man feels like now sidelined.
Yes,
My
exactly.
wife now takes care of the baby wholly and all. Most time bring the baby where the husband carry, will be talking, will be doing this, or you're in the kitchen, your husband will hold the baby. So that the husband will be bonding with the baby also. For some men, I've heard them say, yes, my children are always sided to my wife. And at times in the family, you see where the man is also complaining. Oh, sorry, the woman will be complaining that my children are sided to my husband. No, you, the woman, where were you? You bet those children. So they should be bonded first with you. So if I see a man complaining, it's easier for me to understand it than a woman is complaining. So, and wouldn't like a situation where it will be a woman that okay, the woman is complaining and the man is the person doing everything at home. We women, we are the people holding the home. We are the people that we're talking about. Striking this balance is all for us. So you, a woman, should work harder. Most men are not looking for liabilities again; they are looking for assets. So you should be asset, not only financial, because you are a career woman, you are working. You should also be an asset in the home. A friend was talking to me the other day. She said you should be a queen in the parlor, or especially when there are visitors. In the kitchen, you will be a mother to make sure your children, also your husband, as your child, has eaten. But in the bedroom, you can be a wall for your husband. These three stages, it has balances everything. Because I see it as any woman who is only good at bed should be ashamed of herself. Yes, I said that. And you also should learn how to talk to your spouse in the public. When you are in the public, know how you talk to your spouse. You can get home, slash the spouse, everything, but in the public, please, that causes a lot of
Even at home.
issues. Yes.
Even at home.
So even if you have something go wrong in the public, try and enjoy. Temperament, it's a very big problem we're having out there today. So try and bring down your temperament. When you get home, you will now resolve your whole
Thank you
issues.
very much, ma'am.
You're welcome.
So, Mrs. IJ, what are your advice to ladies, working class ladies out there, how to strike a balance between their career and their family?
Okay, thank you so much. Ladies or women, what do I call it? We can do better. Though it's not easy, it's not easy. But with God by our side, we know we can make it. The Mrs. Onyechi has said it all. So there are some areas I personally I want to touch. The area of personal hygiene. There's an adage that said, "Aka ekpe, a na-amụ ya na nka."
Uh,
But I still believe na a na-amụ ya na nka. Because I told one of my friends sometimes, she came to me, she was complaining how she was having problems with her husband. I said, come, sit down. The main thing is when you marry somebody, when you get married, try and understand that person. For instance, now, does my husband like something like this? Because what works for you might not be what, like for instance, my own husband now. I've noticed he's the kind of person that likes me at all the time staying close to him. So since that is, if I have a place I want to go to now, I know when I'll start telling him that. Some people are not like that. You understand?
yeah.
So because of that, I don't want it can never be a problem to us. So in this case now, if you marry somebody and notice that maybe your husband is somebody that loves neatness, even if you are breastfeeding, even when maybe you just gave birth, please try, because it pushes them away and they will not tell you. They won't, because they will feel if they tell you it might hurt your feelings. And that's when you see them, you say they are going after their side chick, this one, that one. So please, personal hygiene, that one, that is my own, that I'm very, very passionate about that. Try and be neat. beneath, help yourself. When you see that, there are some things you do when you come out. For instance, me, there are some certain things I'll be doing with my husband. I'll just jokingly, "Wale num, your side chick, you reach me." This one that you know you can boast. You
Mhm.
boast. But when you're not neat, you cannot come out to say, "See you, see you." So please, let's just try to make things work out for us. Thank you so much.
So Chisom, what are your advice?
Well, the mothers in the house have seen before. So what I have to say is everybody wants a career
Yeah.
oriented man or woman.
Yeah.
I think everything has talked about at the dating
Yes,
stage, yes,
exactly.
and
Yeah.
I'm just became vegan because I'm young.
Yeah.
So I think everybody has this communication thing should be the most important part of it. Yes, and so communication should be like it shouldn't be sidelined. Like you say,
Exactly.
it's not we could be talking about a lot of things.
Yeah.
Let's
Mhm.
get deeper conversation.
Yes,
So that
exactly.
when this thing comes up, like we have children now and yeah, they work like this, how are we gonna balance it? We also talking about it. Right?
Right. So thank you very much for your contribution. It was really wonderful having you all in the studio. I enjoyed this conversation.
Yes.
So to all our nursing mothers, career women, career men out there, please and please do well to strike this balance between the home, managing the kids, and managing your career. Let us do everything in our possible. Let's communicate effectively. Communication is key, they say. So let us make sure, let us do well to communicate. Let us involve our children in what we do. If you are a career woman, involve your kids. Don't let them be left behind. Your time at home, learn how to prioritize your time. If your time in your workplace and at home, learn how to plan yourself carefully, in as much as not to let one side be lacking. Please, please, and please. And secondly, the last but not the least, focus on the quality of time you spend with your kids than the quantity of time. Because the quality matters a lot. When you spend time with them, focus on what they gain with that little time you spend with them. Don't just spend all time with them. Make sure there's something impacted to them or there's something they're gaining from you. So please do well to follow us on our Facebook page as Serenity TV and leave your comments, your opinion, share with us your experiences, what you think about what we are discussing today. Thank you very much and God bless you.
Thank you.
Bye.
Bye.